Seamaster!
Hi everyone, Seamaster here with a review of the Argo SRV. The SRV has now been released flyable in the new patch 3.21.1. SRV stands for Standard Recovery Vehicle, and the ship is a space tug designed to move ships and vehicles with a large tractor beam on the back of the ship. It is 28.5 meters long, 19.5 meters wide, and 8.7 meters high, about the size of a Cutlass Black or Freelancer. The ship is designed for one crew. There is a single cockpit seat with excellent views forward, left and right, but the upper and lower views are somewhat blocked by the ship. There are 3 large MFDs which give excellent displays of data. Behind the seat is a green device that doesn't seem to do anything yet, so I'm not sure what it does. There is a door from here to the center of the ship. From here you have all the component access via component doors that can open up. There is an elevator in the floor that leads out of the ship. From this room, going aft, you have the living quarters. In this section looking left, you have a small mini kitchen device that doesn't work yet. Behind that, you have one bed. Under the bed is a storage unit for gear of 200K micro SCU. There is a table in the back with 2 seats. It has a window above it for viewing any towing targets. Looking right from that, you have a small bathroom with toilet, sink, and shower. Further to the right is a suit locker and a gun rack next to that. Underneath the ship is a cargo bay for 12 SCU, the same as the Drake Vulture. It's too short for any vehicles aside from the Grey Cat PTV, but it does fit. You could even put people in the cargo bay, but without any atmosphere and no seats, they'd roll around and be quite uncomfortable. Unfortunately, the tractor beam doesn't bend underneath to actually pull the cargo out, so you'll have to do that by hand. The Argo SRV has one size 2 shield, civilian grade C. It's a decent shield, but if you're in dangerous space, you might want to upgrade it. Hull strength is about the same as a Cutlass Black, just slightly less, so it's a sturdy ship. There is also a size 2 power plant and a size 1 radar. There is a size 2 hydrogen fuel tank with 475 liters of fuel, a size 2 quantum fuel tank with 2,759 liters of fuel, and a size 2 quantum drive. Pretty decent range for a single ship, but necessary for its role as a tugboat since it has to pull ships long distance. It has VTOL engines to take off and land in locations with gravity. SCM speed is 124 meters a second and max speed is 1090 meters a second. It won't win any speed races, but it has decent acceleration and maneuvering. It's more agile than a Cutlass Black, by a little bit. There are no weapons of any sort on the Argo SRV, and with the slow speed it's not recommended you use it in combat. There is a large size 5 tractor beam on the back of the ship though. This tractor beam is very powerful and can pull whole ships. I have not tested the max size ship it can pull though, but it's probably roughly Constellation size ships that'll be the max. To pull larger ships you'll need more than one Argo SRV working together. You can even carry the ships with you into quantum travel, although be careful when exiting quantum. I notice sometimes the towed ship will drop off, but that could be just a bug in the current version. You cannot tow a ship while the shields are on, and if the ship runs its engine strong enough, then it can also escape the tow. Towing a ship that belongs to a player that is not in your party will give you a crime stat, so only tow ships in your party or that are NPC ships. The Argo SRV runs for $150 in time limit sales or $130 in war bond. This price could go up now that the ship is releasing flyable, so keep that in mind. You should be able to buy it for the IAE show that's coming up. It is not rentable or buyable in-game yet, but that could change in the next major patch, 3.22. The SRV comes with an orange and gray paint scheme. There are currently no other paint schemes, but I'm sure they will show up for the IAA show this year, since the ship will be flyable, so watch for them. The SRV is primarily just a tug ship and a recovery craft. You can tow ships, ground vehicles, or cargo containers with it. You can help tow players' ships that were damaged and bring them back to safe space. SRV owners could also use the ship to clear the space of debris and shipwrecks. I think you can also pull smaller asteroids too, so that might be interesting for mining purposes. Pirates could use the SRV to grab disabled targets for whatever nefarious purposes they have. Cargo haulers can use the SRV to move large cargo boxes into the best position, although I haven't figured out the ship controls to turn objects yet. With the cargo bay, you can also use the SRV as a small cargo vessel. 12 SCU is better than what you get on starter ships, so it's not bad for cargo hauling. You can also use it to store salvage from ships you find. Being able to carry a very small ground vehicle like the PTV does make it easier to get around ground locations too, but don't expect to fit anything larger, so using it for exploration is not super useful. Speaking of exploration, the larger fuel tanks mean the SRV is good at going long range, but the size 1 radar is not as powerful as some similar size ships, so it may be harder to detect ships or objects at long distances. But you can use the SRV as a scout if necessary. Just use stealth components and turn off the tractor beam and the MFD so you are harder to be detected. The shields are also strong enough to resist Pyro's solar bursts, so it's great for picking up stranded players out there once Pyro is unlocked. You will also be able to tow escape pods as well once they are released, but players would have to get out of the escape pod and manually get in your ship. You can have players sit in the seats at the table while you tow their ship, so at least there is a place for extra players. Having the tractor beam in the rear does make it more difficult to pick up things, so make sure to bind your rear view key or go in third person. There is also a remote view that you can use as well. The HUD gives you information on what you can and can't tow, but it doesn't help in trying to target the ship with a tractor beam. The SRV is also totally useless in combat, so make sure you have friends with combat ships to help you when flying somewhere dangerous. You won't be able to shoot at ships, and with a slower speed you won't escape them either, so be careful when flying around, especially in Pyro. The shields are decent, but you'll want to get higher level shields for that. The Argo SRV is a very utilitarian ship. It won't win any beauty contests, and you can't duke it out in combat, but it's useful for what it does, and not too expensive. It could probably make you some good money between the towing and the cargo bay. Keep an eye out for the SRV whenever it goes on sale. Alright, so that's it for the now flyable Argo SRV review. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. You can use my referral code if you decide to jump into Star Citizen, and you'll get 5,000 extra in-game credits. Here's a big thank you to my current patrons. Please check out my Patreon membership to help me make more videos. All patrons and members will have their names listed at the end of my videos and get access to my Discord channel. Patrons and members also have first pick on the next item I will cover, so feel free to sign up and let me know what you'd like to see next. Okay, catch you all next time.